There's some unique trends within retail. Everything's going experiential. I recently spoke about this at an event. Take a look at this clip.
42% of sales volume. What matters here? 4% rent change. So kind of keeping pace, probably lagging a little bit behind operating expenses, but at least a steady increase we're seeing. But there is trouble in retail. And we're all having some fun tonight, but on a serious note, you can tell the story of the trouble in retail really at the intersection of Colonial and US 41. This was brutal news to get, but Hooters contemplating bankruptcy. It's almost too much to take. I think, though, if you look at how Hooters started and maybe now how it's going, that might tell the poor dad on the left-hand side of the screen, that was, I could feel that. But that's not all for that intersection. The other is Joanne, okay? And that one is one where you've got a retailer that is getting hit by online sales and space that they are struggling to create an experience in, which is something that's really necessary now with retail. But I've got to admit, I was actually excited about this one. I've got so many horrible memories as a kid of being dragged through Joanne. I immediately saw this news and started texting my mom, trash talking. I'm not proud of that, but that was my initial reaction. So the little boy's got one here. Joanne and mom are heading out the door. Let's go just a few hundred feet north on 41, though, and take a look at the former Sears property. What's interesting here, sale for a little under $6 million, $40 a square foot for the building. And the reason I'm running that on the building is there's indications they're intending to use that space. Some of it even because it's got loading docks on the back that they can use for storage and distribution. It's not a good sign that a corner of our mall sells for $40 a square foot. Edison Mall needs revitalization. If there's a way to bring additional units, perhaps a medical user, a lot of medical users are trying to get into retail spaces. Glad it's getting into new hands, but $40 a square foot and a number on the land component that's also not quite so favorable. We've got some work to do with Edison Mall. Okay, on a brighter note though, let's have some fun with retail. Brought up some fun with retail last year. The Brewery rock climbing property there off of 6 Mile Cypress, they're planning to open later this year. They've got land to expand for an additional user. It sounds like fun, but then I hear brewery and rock climbing. And someone's going to have fun with it, and that's great and all. I just hope that the next user that they bring in is a medical office space. All right, how about Tractor Supply on Daniels? That's kind of surprised some people. If you're not familiar with it, it's next to the Excalibur car garages under construction. Tractor Supply on Daniels Parkway. Wow. Tractor Supply, though, is doing what a lot of retailers are doing. They're looking at ways to get into new space. They've launched a pet brand that they're wanting to compete for sales in suburban areas. You can almost think of Tractor Supply moving forward as a little bit of an Ace Hardware type of model. That's the explanation they give in their 10-year plan looking out to 2030. I think it's just there's a bunch of suburban wannabe cowboys watching too much Yellowstone. And they probably know at this point that they can get plenty of sales from these wannabe cowboys. All right, one of the issues we all know that we have has to do with infrastructure. Justin and Denny both talked about the Naples Beach Club And if you're like me, your first thought was probably, geez, how are we going to provide the vital support services that are necessary for all of these $40 million condos? Well, there's good news. There's a new Rolls-Royce dealership on 41 in Naples, 20,000 square feet, sales and service. So you've got it right there. How about a couple of conventional retail development projects by Sembler? Gateway Marketplace. This just made news this week. They've got 194,000 square feet of that project already committed between a major grocer and a home improvement store, Home Depot. Great to see that corner get developed. There's a lot of continued growth that you've heard about tonight that's moving east, particularly with Lehigh Acres. We need that corner to be developed. Exciting to see that happen, and the outparcels will be leased. Let's move up north into Port Charlotte to the Westport Marketplace. That's also Sembler, again, partnering with Publix. It's incredible the amount of growth in this area in Westport. 3,500 new residences will be built within a mile of this new shopping center. This is off El Jobin. I remember when all you would do is you'd drive from, the mall to the Rays complex, and that's all there was. Those days are gone. Port Charlotte is growing like crazy.